Ladies and gentlemen, today we embark on a journey inward, a journey that invites us to shift our focus from the external to the internal. This is a sacred process, one that nurtures our spirit and transforms our lives. Self-awareness is the foundation upon which all personal growth and transformation are built. It is the gentle yet profound act of looking inward, of truly understanding who you are at your core. When you focus on yourself with intention and curiosity, you open the door to uncovering your deepest desires, innate strengths, and areas for growth. This journey into self-awareness is not about self-criticism or judgment, but about embracing yourself fully and compassionately. To begin cultivating self-awareness, it's essential to take a step back from the noise of the world around you. Too often, we are caught up in the expectations, opinions, and judgments of others. These external influences can cloud our ability to see ourselves clearly. When you focus on yourself, you tune into your own voice, needs, and values, instead of being swayed by the chatter of the outside world. This shift from external focus to internal reflection allows you to reconnect with your authentic self. Self-awareness invites you to ask questions that may feel uncomfortable at first, but are deeply necessary for growth. Who am I when I'm not trying to meet someone else's expectations? What truly brings me joy? What are the patterns in my life that no longer serve me? These questions require courage to explore, but the answers hold the key to unlocking your true potential. One of the greatest benefits of self-awareness is that it fosters clarity. When you understand your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you begin to see your life with a fresh perspective. You start to notice what motivates you and what holds you back. You recognize your unique strengths, those qualities that set you apart and make you special. At the same time, you gain insight into the areas where you may need to grow or let go. This clarity empowers you to make choices that align with your true self, rather than choices driven by fear, obligation, or comparison. Another essential aspect of self-awareness is the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being present with yourself in the moment without judgment. It allows you to observe your thoughts and emotions as they arise, giving you the space to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This practice deepens your connection to yourself, helping you understand the why behind your actions and decisions. With mindfulness, you create a sense of inner peace and balance, even amidst the chaos of daily life. Self-awareness also nurtures a deeper relationship with your intuition. Your intuition is your inner compass, guiding you toward what is right for you. When you are in tune with yourself, you can trust your instincts and follow them with confidence. This doesn't mean you will never make mistakes, but it does mean that the decisions you make will be rooted in your truth, rather than influenced by others' opinions or societal pressures. An often overlooked aspect of self-awareness is the ability to acknowledge and embrace your imperfections. To truly know yourself is to accept that you are a work in progress. It's about being honest with yourself, not in a critical way, but in a way that inspires growth and self-compassion. When you accept your flaws and vulnerabilities, you free yourself from the burden of perfectionism. This acceptance creates space for learning, healing, and evolving into the best version of yourself. Focusing on yourself does not mean isolating yourself or ignoring the needs of others. Instead, it means understanding that your relationship with yourself is the cornerstone of all other relationships in your life. When you are self-aware, you are better equipped to set healthy boundaries, communicate effectively, and show up authentically in your connections with others. Self-awareness is an ongoing journey, not a destination. It requires patience, curiosity, and a willingness to look within, even when it feels challenging. But the rewards of this journey are immeasurable. When you truly know and understand yourself, you create a life that is authentic, purposeful, and deeply fulfilling. You become your own greatest ally, able to navigate life's ups and downs with resilience and grace. This is the power of self-awareness, and it begins with the simple but transformative act of turning your attention inward. Comparison is a habit that many of us engage in, often without even realizing it. From an early age, we are conditioned to measure ourselves against others, whether it's in school, at work, or within our social circles. This tendency to compare can feel almost automatic, but its impact on our mental and emotional well-being can be profound. It creates a barrier that stands between us and our true potential, subtly undermining our confidence, happiness, and personal growth. When we compare ourselves to others, we are often only seeing a small, curated portion of their lives. Social media is a perfect example of this phenomenon. We scroll through carefully crafted snapshots of success, beauty, and happiness, all while forgetting that these are merely highlights. Behind the scenes, everyone has their struggles, insecurities, and imperfections. Yet we often hold ourselves to the impossible standard of what we perceive in others, believing that their lives are somehow better or more fulfilling than our own. This distorted perspective can lead to feelings of inadequacy, envy, and self-doubt. One of the most harmful aspects of comparison is that it shifts our focus away from our own journey. Instead of celebrating our unique path and progress, we become fixated on how we measure up to someone else. This shift in focus robs us of the joy and satisfaction that comes from recognizing our own achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Every person's journey is different, shaped by their experiences, choices, and circumstances. Comparing your life to someone else's is like comparing apples to oranges. It's not only unhelpful, but also entirely unfair. Comparison also drains our energy. The mental and emotional effort it takes to constantly evaluate ourselves against others can be exhausting. It keeps us stuck in a cycle of judgment and self-criticism, which prevents us from moving forward. Instead of using our energy to grow, learn, and improve, we waste it on thoughts of not being enough. This energy could be better spent focusing on our strengths, developing our talents, and pursuing our goals. A key realization is that comparison often stems from a place of insecurity or fear. When we feel uncertain about our own worth or abilities, we look to others as a way of validating or measuring ourselves. However, this approach only reinforces the belief that we are not enough as we are. True validation comes from within, not from how we stack up against others. When we let go of comparison, we create space for self-acceptance and inner peace. Another consequence of comparison is that it can strain our relationships. Instead of fostering connection and support, it can breed jealousy and resentment. For example, if we envy a friend's success or happiness, we may find it difficult to celebrate their achievements wholeheartedly. This dynamic can create unnecessary tension and distance, undermining the bonds that could otherwise bring us joy and comfort. When we focus on our own growth and happiness, we are better able to appreciate and support the people around us without feeling threatened by their successes. Letting go of comparison requires a shift in mindset. It begins with recognizing when and why we are comparing ourselves to others. By becoming aware of these moments, we can challenge the thoughts and beliefs that fuel our comparisons. Remind yourself that everyone's journey is unique and that someone else's success does not diminish your own potential. Focus on what you have accomplished, what you are working toward, and what truly matters to you. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to comparison. When you focus on the things you have rather than what you lack, you cultivate a sense of contentment and abundance. Celebrate your own victories, no matter how small, and take pride in the progress you've made. Recognize that your worth is not determined by how you compare to others, but by the person you are becoming. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Strive to be a little better, a little kinder, and a little more self-aware each day. By releasing the habit of comparison, you free yourself to focus on your own growth and happiness. You become empowered to live authentically, unapologetically, and fully in alignment with your own values and aspirations. This is the freedom that comes from letting go of comparison, and it is a gift you can give yourself at any moment. Self-love is the cornerstone of a fulfilling and meaningful life. It is not about arrogance, vanity, or selfishness, but about nurturing a deep and compassionate relationship with yourself. At its core, self-love is an acknowledgement of your inherent worth and a commitment to treating yourself with the same kindness, respect, and care that you would offer to someone you deeply cherish. When you embrace self-love, you lay the foundation for personal growth, happiness, and resilience. The journey to self-love begins with the recognition that you are enough just as you are. Society often conditions us to believe that our worth is tied to external achievements, appearances, or the approval of others. We are taught to measure our value based on how well we fit into certain molds or how much we meet societal expectations. However, self-love challenges this narrative by affirming that your worth is intrinsic and not dependent on external validation. It encourages you to see yourself as a whole, unique individual, worthy of love and respect simply because you exist. Practicing self-love requires a shift in how you speak to yourself. Many of us have an inner critic, a voice that magnifies our flaws, doubts our abilities, and diminishes our accomplishments. This inner dialogue can be harsh and unforgiving, perpetuating feelings of inadequacy and unworthiness. Self-love invites you to replace this critical voice with one of encouragement and affirmation. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend, with words that uplift and empower. Remind yourself of your strengths, celebrate your successes, and offer yourself grace when you stumble. Self-love also involves setting healthy boundaries. It means recognizing that your time, energy, and emotions are valuable and protecting them from situations or relationships that drain or harm you. Boundaries are not about pushing people away, but about creating space for your well-being. They empower you to say no when something doesn't serve your highest good and to prioritize what truly matters to you. By honoring your own needs, you show yourself that your feelings and desires are valid and important. Another vital aspect of self-love is self-care. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental health is a tangible way to demonstrate love for yourself. This can include nourishing your body with healthy food, getting enough rest, engaging in activities that bring you joy, and seeking help when you need it. Self-care is not indulgent. It is essential. It is a way of telling yourself, I matter and I deserve to be cared for. By making self-care a priority, you create a strong foundation for a balanced and resilient life. Self-love also means embracing your imperfections. No one is perfect, and striving for perfection only leads to frustration and burnout. When you love yourself, you accept your flaws as part of what makes you human. This doesn't mean you stop striving for growth, but you approach it from a place of self-compassion rather than self-criticism. You understand that mistakes and setbacks are opportunities to learn and grow, not measures of your worth. Cultivating self-love allows you to build a sense of inner security. When you love and accept yourself, you become less reliant on external validation to feel good about who you are. You stop seeking approval from others to determine your value and start living authentically. This sense of self-assurance enables you to make choices that align with your values and desires rather than being swayed by the expectations of others. You begin to live a life that feels true to you, and this authenticity is liberating. Self-love is not a one-time achievement, but an ongoing practice. There will be days when it feels easier and days when it feels more challenging, but each moment is an opportunity to choose love and compassion for yourself. As you deepen your self-love, you'll notice its ripple effects in other areas of your life. Your relationships improve because you approach them from a place of wholeness. You become more resilient in the face of challenges because you have a strong foundation of self-worth. You find greater joy and fulfillment because you are no longer waiting for external circumstances to define your happiness. Self-love is the most powerful gift you can give yourself. It transforms the way you see yourself and the world around you. By loving yourself, you unlock your potential, embrace your uniqueness, and create a life that reflects your deepest truths. It is a lifelong journey, but one that is deeply rewarding and profoundly enriching. Personal responsibility is the cornerstone of empowerment and transformation. It is the understanding that you are the author of your own life, capable of shaping your experiences, choices, and outcomes. While you cannot always control external circumstances, you have the power to decide how you respond to them. Embracing personal responsibility is not about blame or self-criticism, but about recognizing your ability to influence your own path and make meaningful changes. Taking responsibility for your life begins with acknowledging that your thoughts, emotions, and actions are within your control. It is tempting to look outside ourselves for reasons why things are the way they are, blaming circumstances, other people, or even luck. While external factors can play a role in shaping our experiences, they do not define our future. By shifting your focus inward, you reclaim your power. You recognize that your choices, no matter how small, can pave the way for growth and transformation. Personal responsibility also involves a willingness to be honest with yourself. It requires examining your life with clarity and courage, identifying the patterns, habits, and beliefs that may be holding you back. This level of introspection can be uncomfortable as it forces you to confront areas where you may have fallen short or avoided accountability. However, this honesty is essential for growth. It is only by acknowledging where you are that you can begin to move toward where you want to be. When you take responsibility for your actions, you free yourself from the cycle of blame and victimhood. Blaming others or external circumstances for your challenges may feel comforting in the short term, but it ultimately leaves you feeling powerless. On the other hand, taking ownership of your life allows you to step into a position of strength. It shifts your mindset from, "Why is this happening to me?" to, "What can I learn from this and how can I grow?" This shift is transformative as it turns obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. Personal responsibility also requires making intentional choices. It is about recognizing that every decision you make, whether big or small, has an impact on your life. This doesn't mean you need to overanalyze every action, but it does mean approaching your choices with mindfulness and purpose. Are your actions aligned with your values and goals? Are you making decisions that support your well-being and growth? By being intentional in your choices, you create a life that reflects your true desires, or rather than one shaped by default or external pressures. An essential aspect of personal responsibility is learning to take ownership of your emotions. It is natural to feel hurt, frustrated, or angry in certain situations, but how you respond to those emotions is within your control. Blaming others for how you feel only perpetuates a sense of helplessness. Instead, take the time to understand your emotions, their triggers, and what they may be teaching you. By owning your emotional responses, you build resilience and develop healthier ways of navigating challenges. Taking responsibility for your life does not mean doing everything alone. It includes recognizing when you need support and seeking help when necessary, whether it's reaching out to a trusted friend, a mentor, or a professional. Asking for help is an act of strength, not weakness. It shows that you are committed to your growth and willing to do what it takes to move forward. It's important to note that personal responsibility is not about perfection. You will make mistakes, encounter setbacks, and sometimes feel unsure of the right path. This is part of being human. The key is to approach these moments with self-compassion and a willingness to learn. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, ask yourself, what can I take from this experience and how can I use it to grow? When you embrace personal responsibility, you create a sense of empowerment that permeates every aspect of your life. You stop waiting for others to fix things for you or for circumstances to change, and you take proactive steps toward your goals. This proactive mindset fosters confidence, resilience, and a deep sense of fulfillment. You realize that while life may present challenges, you have the strength and agency to overcome them. Personal responsibility is an act of self-respect. It is a declaration that you are worthy of taking charge of your own life. By stepping into this mindset, you cultivate a life that is aligned with your values, driven by your purpose, and enriched by your growth. It is a powerful practice that not only transforms your own life, but also inspires those around you to do the same. Investing in your growth is one of the most empowering commitments you can make to yourself. Growth is not something that happens by chance. It is a deliberate process that requires effort, intention, and persistence. It involves dedicating time, energy, and resources to become the best version of yourself. When you choose to prioritize your personal development, you unlock your potential, expand your possibilities, and create a life that reflects your deepest aspirations. Investing in your growth begins with a clear understanding of your values and goals. Growth is most meaningful when it is aligned with what truly matters to you. Take the time to reflect on your priorities, passions, and the kind of life you want to create. This self-awareness acts as a compass, guiding your decisions and efforts toward areas that will have the greatest impact. Without this clarity, it's easy to get caught up in pursuits that may look impressive to others, but fail to resonate with your true self. One of the most effective ways to invest in your growth is through learning. Knowledge is a powerful tool that opens doors to new opportunities and perspectives. This learning can take many forms: reading books, taking courses, attending workshops, seeking mentorship, or simply engaging in meaningful conversations. The key is to approach learning with curiosity and an open mind. Recognize that growth often comes from stepping outside your comfort zone and exploring unfamiliar territory. It's in these moments of challenge and discomfort that you stretch your limits and discover new strengths. Growth also requires consistency and persistence. It's not enough to invest in yourself sporadically or only when it's convenient. Real transformation happens when you commit to ongoing development. Even when progress feels slow or uncertain, this might mean dedicating time each day to practice a new skill, journaling to reflect on your experiences, or setting aside moments for mindfulness and self-care. These small, consistent actions compound over time, creating a powerful momentum that drives you forward. Investing in your growth also involves cultivating the right mindset. A growth mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, plays a critical role in how you approach challenges and setbacks. When you view obstacles as opportunities to learn rather than as roadblocks, you build resilience and adaptability. This mindset allows you to see failure not as an endpoint, but as a stepping stone toward greater success. Embrace the idea that every experience, whether positive or negative, contributes to your growth. Crucial aspect of personal growth is taking care of your mental and emotional well-being. Growth is not just about achieving external goals. It's also about becoming more balanced, centered, and self-aware. Practices like meditation, therapy, or spending time in nature can help you connect with yourself on a deeper level and foster inner peace. Emotional intelligence, self-compassion, and the ability to manage stress are all integral parts of your growth journey. By nurturing your inner world, you create a solid foundation for thriving in every area of your life. It's also important to surround yourself with people who support and inspire your growth. The environment you create plays a significant role in shaping your mindset and habits. Seek out relationships that uplift you, challenge you to be better, and encourage your aspirations. Let go of relationships or influences that drain your energy or hold you back. A supportive community can provide valuable perspectives, motivation, and accountability as you work toward your goals. Investing in your growth often means making sacrifices in the short term for long-term benefits. It might mean saying no to distractions, prioritizing learning over leisure, or choosing to spend your time and resources on things that align with your goals. These choices require discipline and focus, but the rewards are worth it. Each step you take toward growth strengthens your sense of purpose, confidence, and fulfillment. Investing in your growth is an act of self-love and respect. It is a commitment to honoring your potential and creating a life that reflects who you truly are. When you choose to prioritize your development, you send a powerful message to yourself and the world that you value yourself and your future. This dedication to growth is not only transformative for you, but also has a ripple effect, inspiring others to pursue their own paths of self-improvement. The journey of growth is lifelong, and with each step you become more capable, resilient, and aligned with your highest self. Authenticity is the gateway to true freedom. It is the courage to live as your genuine self, unfiltered and unshaped by the expectations of others. When you embrace authenticity, you step into a life that reflects your values, passions, and beliefs, rather than one dictated by societal norms or external pressures. It is about showing up as who you truly are, unapologetically, and allowing your unique essence to shine in every area of your life. This authenticity is not only liberating, but also a profound act of self-respect. Living authentically requires self-awareness. You must take the time to understand who you are at your core, your strengths, values, desires, and even your vulnerabilities. This process involves peeling away the layers of conditioning that have accumulated over the years, the beliefs and behaviors you may have adopted to fit in, gain approval, or avoid judgment. Authenticity begins with the realization that you are not obligated to conform to the expectations others have placed on you. Your worth is not defined by how well you meet these expectations, but by the truth of who you are. One of the greatest challenges to authenticity is fear. Fear of rejection, criticism, or failure. Many people hide their true selves because they worry about how they will be perceived by others. They may suppress their opinions, dim their light, or adopt personas that feel safer, but are ultimately inauthentic. This fear, while understandable, comes at a cost. It creates a disconnect between who you are and how you present yourself to the world. Over time, this gap can lead to feelings of emptiness, dissatisfaction, and even resentment. Authenticity, however, is not about seeking perfection or achieving some ideal version of yourself. It is about embracing your humanity, imperfections, and all. It means accepting that you will make mistakes, have doubts, and experience moments of vulnerability. These aspects of your journey do not diminish your worth, they enhance it. When you allow yourself to be seen fully, including your flaws, you invite deeper connections and greater trust with those around you. Authenticity fosters relationships that are rooted in honesty and mutual respect, rather than pretense or performance. Choosing authenticity also means prioritizing your inner voice over external opinions. It is easy to get caught up in what others think you should do, say, or be. However, true freedom comes from listening to your intuition and honoring your own truth. This doesn't mean you disregard feedback or advice, but you filter it through the lens of what feels right for you. Authenticity empowers you to make choices that align with your values and goals, even if they differ from the paths others expect you to take. Living authentically often requires bravery and resilience. You may encounter resistance, judgment, or misunderstanding from those who are uncomfortable with your choices or unwilling to accept the real you. In such moments, it's important to remember that their reactions are not a reflection of your worth, but of their own perceptions and limitations. Authenticity is not about pleasing everyone. It's about being true to yourself, even when it's difficult. The more you practice this courage, the stronger and more confident you become. The freedom that comes from authenticity is transformative. When you let go of the need to constantly prove yourself, conform, or seek approval, you free up energy to focus on what truly matters to you. You experience a sense of peace and fulfillment that comes from living in alignment with your core values. This freedom also enables you to pursue your passions, express your creativity, and contribute to the world in a way that feels meaningful and purposeful. Authenticity is not a destination, but a continuous journey. As you grow and evolve, so does your understanding of what it means to be true to yourself. There will be times when you question your choices or feel tempted to revert to old patterns of conformity. In these moments, remind yourself of the freedom and joy that come from authenticity. Trust that by being true to yourself, you are creating a life that is not only fulfilling for you, but also inspiring to others. When you embrace authenticity, you become a beacon of possibility. Your courage to live as your true self encourages others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of empowerment and self-discovery. The world needs your unique voice, perspective, and gifts, and these can only be fully expressed when you live authentically. By choosing to honor your truth, you unlock the freedom to live a life that is deeply connected, purpose-driven, and entirely your own. Thanks for watching.